Hey guys, it's Runt with you again. We're going to be doing another episode of Euro Truck Simulator 2 with my YouTube profile. This has actually got mods in it and such. You can tell from the last time I did a video, I haven't done anything else with this profile. I'm actually just using it for YouTube. So the only changes that I've made to this game are mods as they get updated or they don't. So here we go. It'll show that these three mods have changed, but I've updated them, so everything should be all good. Alrighty, so from the last time we were in here, you can tell that I haven't done anything else with the truck. I've got my American flags up there, I've got my beacons up there, and we've got just a base Volvo. So, before I get into much, I'm going to actually go ahead and go into the game, and I'm going to set up my mirrors and such from where some mods have changed. So, I'll be back with you guys in just a second. Alright guys, we're back. I've made all of the adjustments that I needed to in my truck to get the mirrors where they needed to be from the changes in mods and so forth. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take a look at the bank, and we're going to see we've got an 80,000 pound loan that needs to be paid back in 35 installments of 2,310 pounds per day. That is a pretty significant amount of money. So we're going to go ahead and look at the job market and see what we can get that can cover at least what we owe today. And this is the second take on this, so you can see I already have a GPS destination set of London to Grimsby for 6,000 pounds. So we're covering the note, and we're banking a little bit of money so we can go ahead and do other stuff. We only have 4,500 pounds in the bank. So this is going to be absolutely insane until I get some jobs underneath me with you guys. So let's go ahead and hop in. We're going to check the truck out. I'll fire the truck up. I've got my mirrors up so you guys can see what's going on. And now I will say, in American truck, I have figured out what it takes for my my game to look good. I'm still investigating that here with with Euro Truck, I should say. But I'm going to do everything I can to make the view as good as I can for you guys. So, oops, if you can't find it, grind it. So we're going to try to jump in here, go around the roundabout, go get this trailer and head off to Grimsby. Now, the reason why I picked Grimsby, A, is because it was the most amount of money for... Oh, that was it right there. Okay. Well, anyway, the reason I picked Grimsby is twofold. One, it was the most amount of money for the load. Second, it was also next to a port, so we may be able to, as we get levels, get over into actual, like, continental Europe, not the British Isles, and actually go in and do some stuff over there and get some good runs going. So let's go ahead and stop here, get the trailer, and figure out what we got. So we have this medical supplies trailer going from London to Grimsby. So we'll go ahead and grab that truck, or that trailer, and we're going to go ahead and hook her up to the truck here. I see it over off to my right. You guys will see it here in a second. There it was, a big yellow beast. And there we are there. Go ahead and back into this one. And I know a lot of other people that play this game play it where they kick on their four-ways when they're moving around in a yard. Oh, doesn't have advanced coupling, so we got to go change that real quick. Gameplay. Advanced trailer coupling. Fantastic. And we're a little forward of that trailer, so we'll go ahead and... There we go. We were pretty close. Alrighty, so first gear, tug test, truck doesn't go anywhere, good deal. So let's go ahead and get this load moving and come out of the yard here and figure out where we got to go. Looks like we've got to go through the roundabout that I hung a UE in. Oh, wrong side of the road. Nobody coming on the left, nobody coming on the right. And we're on our way out of London. Full tank of fuel, we're rested all the way, and I'm speeding, of course. Trying to concentrate. I see that car off to my left, in my left mirror. Don't like him hanging out there. It's kind of ouch. Something goes wrong, so I got to really keep it in my lane here. But I am really enjoying this, getting to sit down and do this while I'm talking to you guys, just about whatever comes into my mind. I don't script any of this ahead of time. It's a good format for me to kind of give you a little bit of an update about what's going on with my channel and so forth. I am working on another 5 Reborn server with some other guys that are kind of gearing the server around a Runt Gaming as far as a Runt Gaming channel, which I think is great. And it's guys that I hang out with pretty much on a daily basis, namely Black Hollow, Ghost Rider, which Ghost Rider, he doesn't have a YouTube channel, but he's a fantastic guy. Really helps me out as far as, you know, helping on the moderation end of things. Really great supporter, gives me a lot of feedback about, you know, things that I could do, things that I'm doing right, things that I'm doing wrong. Absolutely pay attention to what he has to say. Fantastic guy. Not that I don't pay attention to everybody else's comments, but he's coming from an emergency services background like I am. He was a paramedic. Fantastic guy. He was in the video that was released yesterday on the 5 Reborn server that I'm talking about. Like I said, just absolutely wonderful guy. Then there's Black Hollow. Absolute riot, doing anything with Black Hollow, but consummate professional. He knows when to turn it on and turn it off. We have some really, really good topic discussions, talking about getting some stuff together and trying to get to work with profit, but he's got a lot of stuff going on. So he's been bouncing in and out of where I hang out quite a bit. We've got a new guy. If you follow me on Twitter, you'll see some stuff from Lawman Gaming. He is actually a British police officer for the British Transport Police, or Transit Police. You guys might know him in Discord as Transit Cop. And then there's Sergeant Manley. So we're absolute riot anytime the four of those guys get together with me to do anything much. So I haven't forgotten about Chip. Really looking forward to doing some more stuff with Chip, whether it be more heists or just horsing around. He's really going to be my go-to guy with the GTA 5 expansion, or not expansion, but update that's going to be coming out next week on Tuesday, the 4th of October. If you're not ready for it and play LSPDFR, make sure you get yourself ready. There's some videos out on YouTube, mainly by Sirius313, as well as Albo1125, how to make sure your game data doesn't get just boogered by this update. But Chip is going to be my go-to guy there as far as this update and the content it has. It's going to be a bike gang update, so that's actually where he's most familiar from the consoles, where he does the bike gangs already on console. So that's that. And then everybody's wondering when the next heist is going to be. I really wish I had a date for that, but due to some software issues with guys that I record with, and trying to work those out, it's kind of been shelved for right now, because we want to make sure that we have everything just on the up and up, because the last heist is actually the hardest heist, obviously. So there is more stuff coming out. We are planning for it. We just got to get past a couple hurdles. Mainly that hurdle is Shadowplay is now a completely different program, and trying to get some funds up to get around the inability of Shadowplay to do what it used to do very well. I still use Shadowplay in some areas, but not as much as I used to, just because of the changes, and there's other people that just turn their back on it completely. I hope NVIDIA pays attention, because it's not what people signed up for. To have that program, to do what that program did, was awesome. And then they changed it. They changed its whole orientation, how you control things, and all of that with it, and not happy. But lucky me, I do other games and I have other ways of recording stuff. I really don't like using OBS. Matter of fact, I've deleted OBS from my system 100%. I have a license to XSplit, so that's what I use for like recording this gameplay, is going to be XSplit. But I live stream off of XSplit. I like the way that I have the control over scenes. Now, that's limited to a point in games like GTA 5, that even in windowed borderless, I can't pull the mouse cursor out of the screen. I have to Alt-Tab. And I wish they would change that to where if I want to be windowed borderless, there's a reason why I want to do windowed borderless. That kind of thing. The other side of that is, eventually, when I get enough money, either through donations or the money I do get from YouTube, which is, don't get me wrong, it's nice getting money out of YouTube, but what I get out of YouTube at this point is not anything that I could write home about. It will help me get where I want to be eventually, but it's going to take some time. So that's why I've got other stuff set up, like Patreon, which I don't want people to give me money like I'm standing on a street corner. But if you have the ability, like my content and stuff like that, by all means, I will use the money for appropriate reasons and get better stuff. Matter of fact, I had some people donate some money to me, and that's how I got my G27, which really kind of got these series started. Now, ultimately, I've got some other peripherals that I want to get. I want to get some more games. I want to do some more stuff in the simulator genre. I actually talked about it in one of my past videos. I'm thinking about digging my flight sim hardware out and showing you guys, yeah, I do know how to fly on some of the stuff that's out there. I don't hold a private pilot's, but I have flown. I've trained. I don't have a huge number of hours in the real world, but I do have quite a few hours on VATSIM in the simulator area. Now, I've never done flight simulator in, say, a 3-monitor setup like I have now. I've done it on 2 monitors or multiple computers, streaming in weather or whatever else into the game. But I've actually talked to people about, ultimately what I would like to have, and I would need a second house for it, is to have a computer per simulator, basically. Like, for instance, Flight Simulator would have its own computer, own set of monitors, whole 9 yards. Driving simulators, I could probably, because I use the same wheel, gear shift and all that for driving simulators, I could probably have just one computer for it instead of having ATS computer, ETS computer, Project Cars computer, stuff like that, iRacing, which I've been thinking about, but I'm probably going to wait until the next NASCAR season. So that may be coming out somewhere around February. Not sure. But, and then having a gaming setup for, say, FPS, where it's just a controller, mouse, and keyboard. That way I'm not having to, jump around and move controls, and I can get controls set up the way I want them, get everything kind of locked down in place, and then go from there. And then ultimately have all those computers somehow set up into either, say, an Elgato on a separate, beast computer, maybe something with multiple GPUs, to where I could jump on that computer, edit a video, render a video, and then go hop on another computer while it's doing that, record another video, shoot it across the network or however, and then go from there. That's ultimately the setup I want to have. 1,000 square feet just isn't going to cut it, just because of the space that's taken up by monitors and all that. Now, I also do have plans, and I'm probably this weekend, between making videos and editing videos and everything, getting ready for next week, going to go over and spend some time with him. I am actually in the process of designing and fabricating a monitor stand that I'm going to set my monitors up on and give myself some more real estate on my desk, because it's just a giant mess of wires at this point. Once that gets done, I'm actually looking forward to getting the camera and maybe doing kind of an office tour. This is where the magic happens kind of thing. Will be coming. I just can't give you a definite as to exactly when at this point. Oh wow. Wrong gear. Come on, truck. You can do it. I thought I hit the right gear, and I didn't. I thought I was driving a different truck. Oh, bus, don't do it. You are a fool. Anyhow, man. A little bit impatient, I think. Anyway, that's kind of what I've got going on. Ultimately, where I want to go. Like I said, not that I'm trying to hammer it, but I'm trying to remember and remind myself to tell everybody that I do have a Patreon account. Now I have a donation link on my Twitter or Twitch page, stuff like that, to where if you guys have the ability and want to, awesome. Kind of where I'm going with this is that what my plans are with the donation monies that I do get. So just so you guys know, I do have plans for that stuff. If I don't get donations, then that's fine. Ultimately, YouTube will pay for that through the money I get there. Now, I've been tossing around the idea, and in the comments of watching the video, tell me if you'd like to have a t-shirt or something, because I've been tossing the idea around. Matter of fact, I was talking to a couple people in a Discord server, and they were saying, you know, if you did a coffee cup or something like that, then that would be kind of cool. So I've kind of outlined what I'd want to do. Thinking about running the campaign for about 3 weeks to see if anybody'd get anything. Tell me if you think it's a good idea, and tell me if you think it's a horrible idea. You know, that kind of thing. I'm not all about the money. I'm all about you guys. You know, if you want it, let me know. If you don't, then, you know, I'll go with the general consensus on that, because ultimately I would, like I said, use that to put a little bit of money in the coffers for, say, going somewhere like PAX East in the spring, or even making the trip out to Seattle, depending. No guarantees, because that used to be my old stomping ground. I used to live in Seattle, so well, close enough to call it Seattle. But anyhow, it's one of those things that, you know, all the money that I would get out of these ventures is absolutely going back into the venture. If I got $0, I'd still make videos, because I have a blast playing the games. The residual bonuses, getting a couple bucks to where I can do different games. I can do different stuff with different people. Actually been approached by a group. I may do a live stream with them to get them some exposure. I'm not sure at this point. I actually have a meeting with them on Saturday, their leadership and such, to find out what they think about an idea like that, because they're trying to get their own YouTube page started, and try to show them, at least from my perspective, what I think a professional stream is like, and that kind of thing, and get in and do some stuff with some new faces for you guys, especially in the trucker arena. Oh, I love that rumble strip, don't I? Now, I did get a comment from a guy that, and I'm trying to do better. Oh, what are you doing stopping, you jerk? Oh, that guy in the car was an idiot. Anyhow, we're almost there, so we don't have to put up with him too much longer. That was... Oh, speed. Anyhow, looks like we've made it to Grimsby. Got a couple traffic lights to contend with. That's no big deal. We'll go ahead and park this trailer where it needs to be. Whoa! The trailer's a little heavier than I thought it was. What is it? 16 tons, 32,000 pounds. Okay. There's no weigh stations in Britain or Euro Truck, so I'm guessing that either they've got to have some type of regulatory committee to say, you know, how much a truck can weigh, because believe it or not, heavy trucks are actually very damaging to roads. And that's why, you know, toll booths will charge you by the axle or whatever else. But it's Looks like we made it. Pull in here and see where they want it. Fantastic. Now I'll play like everybody else and go ahead and turn those on. Click, 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 click. Now pardon me while I get quiet for a moment while I try to get this thing lined up. There we go. Wiggle this trailer over a little bit. Looks like we've got her kind of in the numbers, man. And I think that's going to be it. There it is. So let's go ahead and turn that off. Air brakes are locked, and we'll shut the truck down because we're going to drop a trailer and go see what we got. Alrighty, we made excellent 180 miles. It says 4 hours, 8 minutes, 91.3 liters of fuel for a total of 400 experience. So, we made our 6,000 bucks, 6,000 pounds. So, we've at least got a little bit of money in the coffers. We haven't gone up a level or anything. So, this is where I'm going to call it, guys. We don't have anything to do to the truck. So, let's go ahead and jump out, get back to that view, and we're going to go ahead and pull out, and we're going to say until next time, guys, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye now.